Well, hello babes, welcome back to my channel. Today I have Yankee twists for y'all. So I have done Yankee twists one time using this brand before. Today's video is sponsored by Crochet Braids Plus. The first time that I used this hair, maybe a year and a half ago, I got so many compliments. I was loving it, and I also really liked the color combination. And you know what? The best part about this style for me is that my hair is protected underneath. The first order of business is cornrows. So if you're new to cornrowing, don't worry, you know, it gets better with practice. I'm still learning, to be honest, but you can kind of see visually here that I'm braiding backwards and picking up hair as I'm going. Of course, I have a more detailed tutorial if you guys want to check that out. I'll link it right here for you. Hopefully I remember. Yeah, so I'm starting off by cornrowing my hair backwards. Now, I really wanted to do small cornrows in the middle towards the top of my head, just because the times previously that I've done these crochet styles, I've got some comments where it's like, girl, make the cornrows smaller, like, so it looks more natural. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I didn't count how many cornrows I made, but it was probably 10 of them. But you can see that they're very small. And it does make it easier, at least for me it does, to cornrow my hair a little bit damp and with product in it. I'm using TGIN's Daily Food Moisturizer Cream. Oh my gosh, that line smells so good. It's so good. And then I'm braiding all the way back. So another thing too. So I have gotten some comments as well where it's like, you can braid your hair in a better crochet pattern or a better cornrow pattern. I'm gonna try, y'all. Okay, I'm sticking with my straight backs. Honestly, I see the improvements in my cornrows when I'm DIYing myself, so that's just what I'm sticking with. So straight back cornrows. I'm also using this small black rubber band to tie it in a little bun at the bottom. I promise you, next time I will try a more advanced crochet pattern, just so that you'll be able to put it up in a ponytail and whatnot. I also showed that you can put it in two little smaller buns if that feels more comfortable for you. You do not want it to be pulling those baby hairs back there, so make sure that nothing's pulling too tight. I went with two buns instead of one. It just felt a lot looser back there for me. Now let's move on to talking about the hair. So this hair is from Crochet Braids Plus, and this is their Yankee twists. I'll have the details on the screen right here for you because I get all the comments, all the questions about all the details, so I'll leave it right here. So you can see that the top of the hair has a loophole. That's what we are going to be using this latch hook to pull the hair through and loop it or knot it around once. Alright, let's talk price, because I know that $219 and not including the shipping might sound like a lot, which yes, in the grand scheme of things, for sure it is. But when I tell you that you have to be, intentional about your protective styles, that's kind of what I mean. But full transparency, I did not pay for this hair myself, so you know, I can't 100% relate, but I would say make sure that you plan to use this style around something intentional. For example, a holiday, a vacation, you know, maybe a week where you have a bunch of things lined up to do, or 2 weeks, you know, you have a busy month. I would just say frame it like that, because in that sense, you're paying for a hairstyle that you can wear for a month and a half. Depends on how well you install it, plus also how you feel about it. I will say that after maybe a week and a half, which is how long I had it in for, but after that time, because I work out outside, I work out in the gym, I'm sweating, I'm running around, I feel like it started to just get stale to me. But every hairstyle that happens too, and I suck at wearing my hair for longer than 2 weeks. But if we're being honest, I think it's a good trade-off, especially if it is a lightweight hairstyle like this one that's also going to protect my natural hair. So I am on my natural hair journey once again, because I big chopped my hair not maybe 2 years ago now. But I feel like I should be seeing more progress. Like I want to go harder than I'm going right now. So styles like this that have the least amount of tension, that are cornrows, you know, nothing that is too heavy on my hair strands, are going to be perfect. So if you're someone who relates to that and you're trying to grow your natural hair out as well, and you're part of the fine girly hair club, this style's for you, okay? Because it was very lightweight and nothing was pulling or feeling uncomfortable, which then causes breakage and damage and yada yada. So here is where I got to the top. You can see that I am going from the back to the front, and I did use all of my bundles, so if that says anything about the fullness that I had, I could have gotten away with 4 bundles though, but I will show you guys in the end. I think 5 that it came with, to use all of them, was a good amount. I will say I probably left about half an inch, maybe a quarter inch between each piece, but I kind of more just felt for spaces that needed more hair. So if I was seeing too much cornrow, I was gonna put a little hair there. Here you can see I kind of messed up one of the strands because these are twisted together. If you pull it apart, it'll come apart. So they aren't like, you know how some crochet hair is twisted but also has some thread in it, and it's like it's like machine manufactured. These are just twisted in there, so it definitely gave natural hair though, and I'll show you guys at the end. Like you can see that the Yankee twist hair blended really well with my hair. Honestly too, I'm jealous, okay? I admit I am jealous. I want my hair to be longer so that way I can do cute natural hairstyles and just have, you know, my hair out, because I think that my hair, if it was this length and density, would look very similar. Of course, I probably wouldn't dye my hair though, just because my hair is so sensitive, y'all. I think doing styles like this are a good replacement for that. Like my need to wear a cute natural style has been fulfilled while also keeping my hair protected. Here, it's been about 2 hours of me installing this hair, and here I am trimming it. So this step is definitely optional, but I definitely think it makes a really big, very good difference, and it makes the hairstyle look so natural when you shape it. If you were to go to a curly cut stylist, they would give you probably something layered, something with shape to give your hair more body and not really volume, but just to make it frame your face better. So that's kind of what I did. I just started cutting layers into the hair. So that back layer is the longest, and then as it goes to the outer layer, they get shorter. Listen, I'm not really a shaping hairstylist. I'm not experienced in cutting, coloring, you know, all the cosmetologist things. I am not experienced in that. I am a DIY babe. So I just went based on what I thought looked good. Y'all let me know. Did I eat with the cut or what? Because I think it turned out pretty good. So you just want to make sure though that you're starting off long. You're trimming away at your hair. So let's just call it a trim. Let's not call it a cut, because if you cut too much at first, once that Yankee twist has been cut, there's no going back. And that's the same thing with real hair too. Once it's cut off, it is gone. So start off with it longer first and kind of inch your way into the cut and shape that you're looking for. This process of me trimming and like dusting the ends took like 30 minutes, to be honest. Now I am doing my edges. This Style Factor Edge Booster Gel or Edge Control, so fire. I like to buy the ginormous can one, and you have to get the one that says thick and coarse hair on it, not that water-based pomade, whatever the other one is, the thick and coarse hair one. I like the pink one. I like how it smells. This I am using to do my edges. So here, when I was doing my edges and my little baby hairs in the front, I left out kind of a lot of them. That way when I brushed it back, it would blend on top of those harsh cornrow parts that I had there. And then I brushed forward some baby hairs. Y'all, I just saw a comment where it was like, thank you for using your real baby hairs, which I thought was kind of funny. because I am definitely not opposed to the baby hairs that are, you know, extravagant. They're swirling, they're a work of art. But y'all, in the heat, in this Florida humidity, those would not stand 5 seconds outside in the rain or in the sunshine, humid, hot heat, whatever. They would be sweat out immediately. So I like to just do something very simple, and also something to where if it starts to curl up, it's not gonna look bad. So I like to just keep my edges simple, basically. So I like to do a couple of swoops, and I hit that little sideburn right there. My edges, or my baby hairs, are low-key my favorite part of doing my hair. Favorite part of the style, of every style, because that truly means that I have I'm done. Like, all the stages are complete, the baby hairs are swooped, and now I can go about my business. After I did my baby hairs, I'm using this My mousse. This mousse smells so good. It smells like Zen Spa. I don't even know what Tamamu is, but it's like Tamamu and avocado, I believe. But it smells really good. I got it at the Natural Hair Show in Atlanta, and they gave it for free. I was like, yes, please give me the full-size bottle. So yeah, happy about that. And then on top of that, though, after I put the mousse to kind of like soften up the edge control that I used, because that edge control is pretty strong, the mousse softened it up a little bit. I put on a scarf, let it dry a little bit, but you can kind of see it's a little shiny and a little fake looking. So I kind of pulled on my hair a little bit, and I'm adding this Inner Sense gel. You can use whatever gel you want. This is just the gel that I have, but the gel kind of made it shiny again, which is what I wanted. I didn't want it to be slicked down so much, more of like curled up. So because this is a water-based gel, it did exactly that. So you know, I am still a work in progress, y'all. I'm trying to figure out what works best. Although I think this did the trick for me. I just didn't want it to look, you know, white and unnatural. And you can see that I'm pushing forward a little bit with my fingers to kind of get my hair to crinkle up and match the texture of the Yankee twists. And there you have it, y'all. The Yankee twists are so cute. And y'all, I look just like my mom. Random comment, but I look just like my mom when my hair is curly and when it's straight. I just have a lot of her features. And I think that's so funny that I see my future and it's bright. But anyways, this is what the Yankee hair looks like. Super cute ombre, perfect for the summer. I love this style, y'all. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and let me know if this tutorial was helpful for you or not. But thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to watch any of my other DIY videos, check them out right here.